Hi, I hope all be well with everybody. I'm shooting another video. It's been a while, I know. I have been in recuperating mode. Somebody got on me at church Thursday night, last night, and they said, "Wonder why are you not posting on your videos or whatever? I miss it." I'm like, listen, we just got some snow not too long ago, about a week and a half ago, I believe, here in the lower region of North Carolina, and which is rare from what I'm hearing from the people in the community. And I love snow, so like the little kid that I, got excited or whatever the case was, I went outside without shoes on or whatever, and I got sick. So I've been feeling underneath the weather, but thankfully I am feeling better. And yeah, so I'm back posting. But I just wanted to say this this morning. I'm on my way out to take care of some business. Don't be afraid to live out loud. This is something that I'm learning in my experience, in my journey of completion to healing, inward healing that only God could do. Do not be afraid to live out loud. Do not mask yourself. Do not shrink yourself. This is coming from somebody who was in survival mode for over 3 decades with dealing with a traumatic experience. I don't need to talk about it because I don't need any sympathy or anything. But people, they give empathy, they give sympathy, whatever the case. And I will never take that from people. And I really appreciate all the support that I have been getting from these videos. It's very overwhelming. And I had to realize, even when I was talking to somebody 2 days ago about trauma responses, coping strategies or mechanisms, I realized I'm the type of person who does not like recognition because I was not used to being recognized by people. I would rather fly under the radar than for people to give me praise. They don't need to, but I don't care if people didn't do it. And after sitting with a clinical therapist myself, along with another doctor at the school I'm with, and just had some very robust and full conversations with 2 women who have been in the field of therapy for 3 decades plus. And they were just encouraging me so much. I just cried. This conversation took place Wednesday. And I just cried so much because it's like I've been doing a lot of releasing lately, but I realized something, honestly. I don't care, you can turn this off, whatever you want to say, do, that's fine. This message, if it lands, is for the right people, and I know that now. When you allow God to step in and truly do the work, the inner work, the parts that men and women can't see, the healing of the heart, the transitioning and the changing of the mind, his ways of doing things are unmatched to any man or woman I've ever come across. Y'all have to realize I've been in survival mode for 3 decades. It was not until 2020, 5 years ago, that I decided I was tired of running for myself. I was tired of feeling broken. I was tired of feeling defeated. I was tired of hating myself. I was tired of everything. That I realized, like, God now has really, really healed me inside out. I had somebody tell me the other day randomly, "You sound different, Wanda. You look different." I personally feel different, but I don't see what other people see. I've had people telling me I'm glowing. I've had people telling me that I look at peace, that I'm at ease, and I give all that glory and praise to God. I don't care. I'm giving it to him because he's the only one that has gotten me to this place. This is a piece of my testimony. And I know that we are overcomers by them. And I'm not ashamed to say that. God has really, truly transformed my mental state and emotional state. The Wanda from 5 years ago, I didn't think like this. Like the thoughts that went through my mind and heart, how I carried myself, and just how I was. I was tired of people misunderstanding me. I was tired of people not knowing what inner struggles and hurt that I was facing, all because of things that happened to me early in life. Like, I am okay. I'm finally at a place now where I understand sometimes people are meant to walk with you in certain chapters in life and you have to release them. And I understand more that there are going to be people, places, and things that I'm going to cross paths with that I'm not going to ever see again and probably ever communicate with like that again. I ask God every day, if these people are meant for me to stick within my life, you create it. I don't want to force anything in life, because sometimes God will bring people in your pathway and then he'll separate you. Not because he wants you to leave bitter and he wants you to leave mad, but because that season is up. And I'm learning that now. But the conversation that I had was the person, I was shocked. And I had to tell this person, I said, I have changed. Not because I'm better than, I've changed because God changed me. And I'm not afraid to say it. I know how angry I was. I know how mad at the world I was at one point. I know how I hated myself at one point. I don't live like that anymore. And I'm not going to apologize. You don't like the way I am, then maybe God was creating a separation all this time. I'm not going to hide my healing. I'm not going to hide my joy. I'm not going to hide that I'm happy. Some people would rather see you revel in dysfunction and be broken and angry than to celebrate you, than to say, wow, like, you really are a different person. Yeah, I'm different because God did it, not because I forced it. But I'm not going to say anything beyond that. I will say this. I'm speaking from passion, so I'm not mad. But sometimes we try to hang on to things that I know now that God is really trying to cut loose. But I'm not going to apologize for being happy. I'm not going to apologize for the inner work that God did within me. It's a book called Let Them. It's a Let Them theory. It's by Mel Robbins. For those of you who are interested in understanding the importance of not trying to control, you can't control everything. Sometimes when people who have faced trauma, when we have no control, we try to control everything around us, even down to the people, how people act, how people present themselves to us. That is unhealthy now that I realize that I've healed. And I sat back and did an examination on myself. I realized you were really moving in this world broken. And I can admit that, and I don't care anymore. When you look at yourself and you really work and do the real work, get to yourself. Stop worrying about everybody else. Stop worrying about who don't understand. Stop worrying about if people cut themselves out of your life. Stop hiding. Stop shrinking. I get on here and I smile. I smile because I know what I have overcame. I'm not going to hide that. You don't like it? That's on you. I'm not hiding from it. That means you weren't in my corner to begin with. That's how I look at it. Some people, they want you to stay small. They want you to shrink. They don't want you to be happy. They want you to be sad and downtrodden. Don't live your life for other people. Live it for yourself. But understand this. For those of you who have went through traumatic cycles in life, keep pressing. Keep doing the work. Don't stop until you become the best version of yourself. I never thought I would get here, but God is oh so good. He just is. So keep working. Keep working. That's why sometimes you have to lose sight on what's going on around you. I finally learned that. Lose sight on people, places, and things. And when I did that, I cried one day. I went outside and I just cried and cried and cried. And I asked God to take over. I said, because if you don't, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I can't live like this the rest of my life. And he certainly have done a work. And I'm not going to run from that. This is a long video, but I just had to say that. Never dim your life. Never dim yourself. Because most people who operate in a space of brokenness, that's what they want you to do. I really understand why my grandmother, my parents, my pastor, and everybody else has truly said, misery loves company. Sometimes people use their brokenness and their traumatic experiences as excuses of how they treat people. And I had to put the mirror on myself and realize, darn, I lived out that same pattern. I'm just grateful that I saw myself finally and realized I don't have to live like that no more. So this is a very long video. And for those of you who do watch it in its entirety, I appreciate you. But just keep pressing. Even if you're struggling, even if you're having a hard day, even if you're going through things people don't understand, just keep pressing and never give up, never stop, never settle, and never, ever limit the power of God. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. If you don't believe in him, that's fine. I do. And I know where my faith has carried me and where it's carrying me now. Y'all just do not know what I have had to overcome to get to this point. But I wore it with myself so much. I hated what I saw in the mirror every day. But now I don't live like that. And I realize When you stop warring with yourself and face yourself, your life, it just changes dramatically. And I just hope that this video touched somebody's heart and helped them to understand it's never too late to start over. I'm 40 years old, living in a whole different environment, learning a whole different way of life, learning to rest, learning to still heal. But I'm doing it. It doesn't matter. I told somebody the other day that I was 40. Well, I'm 40 now. My other classmate was 56, 57. We were the oldest two in our class to graduate, and we finished first and second. We ran circles around our classmates. We ran circles around them. We didn't let our age stop us. They thought, oh, they old, they don't know. No, honey, we came in there and we showed up and we showed out. We showed up and we showed out because we didn't limit ourselves. Don't limit yourself. Don't. Y'all have a good one.